counterpart. He hears those footsteps, certainly swings out for it and gobbles one up. There's the second kill, though. He takes to the top of the silo. Poor Max drops to a minimum. And Try answers Apex's single kill. A little bit of a two-man advantage. And these T's split up between outdoors and inside of hut. Now, we see it, the counter-terrorist activating into the side of Squeaky. Where does the opening come from? You've got a minute to squeeze here, but he's going to unfortunately back up.
Oh, he's got to be able to...
Oh, wow! DGT gets the better of him. Looked for sure that he was going to find some ankles, and now timing here for Try. From a 2v4 into the 2v2. Not a solid situation, but a curious one because of what could have easily been a third consecutive round for the Frenchman. Could be their first round. By way of 2v4, I mean, that's no easy feat to 2v4 team vitality. Oh, but Try with the team kill. He frags one too many, and then he runs outwards and dies. That's got to fluster you.
Maybe. He had the 1v1, which is nice. Could have scored the vent drop if he was lucky there. Is that a palace? Is that a palace tattoo?
I didn't see.
Oh, damn.
We'll have to keep our eyes open.
Does Try skateboard by any chance? I'm sure somebody knows.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate. That's an unlucky team kill, man. Guy peeks out into it. He knows.
Yeah, there were still odds for him in the 1v1. Of course, that's like the number one thing in the meta right now is just to hold the vent, because dropping vents like totally resets the situation. Usually can score you the free plant. So they distill the numbers in that round, and it comes very close. A nice try by 9Z, but the wind is taken from their sails. So now with a 3-0 start, DGT, he's got a Galil, but he's already down to half health. Might be giving this over to somebody else. We've got Bit with armor. We'll see if he wants to take it. But only a half investment. They've made this go pretty far. It looks like he can't actually leave this area without fighting RPK unless I'm looking at this incorrectly.
No,
right?
you're right. You're
Okay,
right.
yeah.
He's locked into that close corner, and he's about to walk into the crosshair of the tank. Max trades right away. Masuda's trying to find some contact here towards Squeaky. 3 players are what faces him, and he only takes down the one. By closing the door, they could technically disengage, walk away with that low HP. And the frag grenade. Sorry. Hate to break it to you, Bit, but you've been smashed to smithereens by the shrapnel, and Shox's alert towards ramp is what's going to close this one. 4-0 start for the CT side of Vitality.
Yeah, I think they now can still invest. They did pretty good with their economy with the amount of money that they have left over. So let's see if they can put together a buy or not. It seems like, yeah, they won't even have to make any concessions here. No op will be in play. Don't know how much, in terms of their T side, how much they're going to lean on having Try op, or if he's going to op at all in this first half. It's not necessary. It could just be part of strategies, and certainly not required to win any rounds on T side nuke. Of course, ops give and they take. They're very strong, but they can also slow you down. Wow, we've got an aggressive push, and it's with shot. I mean, if they hear this op shot from Zaiwu, then they know that, well, they're going to be scared of him first of all. Now that he's dead, that's one thing. But Shox has jocked for a position inside of Trophy, and it'll take some awareness to catch him. But he also might be getting scared since they haven't come here early.
He's been kind of uncontested over on ramp so far. We saw last round tucked underneath the boost box within the ramp room. This time goes one further.
Yeah, this is interesting because a lot of people are pushing lobby in situations like this, and he already has a good amount of control.
Masuda, man, you're surrounded. Eastor stomps down on him. Apex is going to find the timing for the upwards peak and doubling up onto Bit. A third. Apex gets him, and then Shox activates on that flank. Vitality are on fire, and Apex, well, with heat on his heels, comes running up from Secret there. We saw that commitment as a team. 9Z swarm over Mini.
He hit him through the wall. Oof.
Okay, okay. But this was nice. And the second player, because he's still fighting, couldn't have turned around fast enough. Very slick move there from Apex to put an end to the outer contest.
See, when you have a play like that, it loosens up so many players on the CE side because since you know they can't go lower through ramp, you can focus down on outside and reinforce there. And they had no idea Shox had pushed at all.
We'll have to see if they start working more bits of map control, try to take away that information from Vitality, who have so far felt comfortable in most of these rounds. That 1v1 got a little heated, coming off the back of a 2v4. It's nice to see a round like that early. 9Z capable, but so is Shox. A different angle, further passive this time around. Here comes Apex, just steamrolls the first one, but does still die. Max and Eastor, AKs between the two, hearing the shuffling of feet from the counter-terrorists. They obviously have wind of what's up, hoping that maybe they bust out through control windows into the crossfire of these two terrorists. But if you just fall silent and wait long enough, then there will be another movement here. Look at this, they activate exactly what they were hoping for. Max given a gift, and Masuda facing death. RPK looks away from the flash and recovers, but there's that swing. We've got them back into another 1v1, and the counter-terrorist not close, but who is it? It's not just any 1v1, yeah. It's Saiwoo on the other side.
Let's see, full strength in the vent, waiting. Oh, he's gonna read. I feel like he is gonna read this correctly. When he comes through, he's looking out of control. Full kit.
Yeah, could drop the molly down on his head even, burn him out of this position. But he's got that op, so one missed shot and suddenly things get difficult. Oh, he's gotten himself found out. Eastor sees the head, and it looks all too easy. We've got 9Z on the scoreboard.
I was thinking, because he decided to go control side instead of decon, so I was thinking, all right, he's gonna go ahead and you know, read this a certain way, but he actually had no idea that Dark could be played. A really good, like obviously a huge round here. 9Z to win in the 1v1, and it's the patience because Masuda overplays his hand.
Yep.
And you can see he's been playing very, very confidently, and he's got put in his place a couple of times, so this is huge. Now, you feel for 9Z or any team who's going to be this disfavored because they could prep against Vitality, but Vitality are not going to give them the same respect as the other teams they play against.
Of course.
But once they establish and they do punish some of those peaks like Masuda has made,
yeah,
then Vitality will start playing more like maybe in the preparation, and we'll see maybe a full force.
Ooh, it's close. 6 health to spare. Apex has, I was going to say a little bit of a gap to work on the side of that smoke, but he swaps to the utility. Look at this swarming from Vitality. They throw 3 players down here on the vents. And I feel like they're going to activate here. Yeah, you think you can walk away. Wow. But of course, Saiwoo comes up from behind with support. So it's not just the very best, but the rest of his team alongside him. 3 kills on the stairway. It was a solo AK buy from 9Z that worked out for the round win. And this time, those AKs get splattered on stairs.
That's just, I mean, you just got to trade that, right? He's such a monster rifler. You rarely see people be able to do that. You know, obviously, he's normally opping, and it's Saiwoo at the end of the day. I mean, very few people are going to be able to do that, but that is the round over and done with. And now the impenetrable setup is lower, so there's really no way to get out of this for a bit. And, of course, man of the hour. Oh man, look at this. First bullet's the first 2 people, basically.
Yep.
Insta-dinked into body shot. Maybe all 3 of them. Not even sure if he took damage there.
Accuracy reset is quite something.
That's nuts.
Immediate tac pause called by 9Z.
Yeah, they call it the... through on the mid rounds at least and bring those close.
I really do respect, you know, Vitality. We just said how They're going to probably play loose a little bit. The fact that they just went down, stacked onto the vent, they didn't follow through with any kind of push from 9Z, thinking that, you know, maybe that space would be respected.
Yeah.
And they just walked right into it. Like, if
Yeah.
you're not going to come to us, then we're going to come to you.
That'll work versus any team. If you take that risk and realize the team might leave and you reclaim that space. Tough part is they were watching it. They still died. Well, Max, he has plowed his way into Secret. Nice and early. Minute 30 on the clock. Apex seems aware of it. Looks like a timing's been called here from Zywoo.
Shocks.
Gets his kill on ramp. This is obviously indicative of a lower split. Anybody lurking at ramp. But it's also a force up or eco round.
2 damage.
Not much reason to move.
Just as Bit wants to move forward, Incendiary hits the ground. So we've got 2 players already down here on the B site. And their wrap back is already being covered by the op. Nice flash, it's fantastic! Shocks, 2 kills thanks to Apex on the hit. And Apex right there with him at his hip to try and get the additional double kill. But it's Masuda's turn now, and he skewers the 2 and actually misses his chance. Now, that kill inside of Vent could have been the difference maker. Punishing RPK as he would have come down from the ladder. Man advantage, and you just got a 2v1 versus Zywoo, but unfortunately now for Try, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah. Oh, wish he had more time so we could see, you know, the full effect of his creativity, but with the amount of time remaining, there's 1 play, and that's going lower. But he has been offered up the opportunity to plant. There's no one here control side to fight him.
Flash goes back beyond smoke. Try very, very aware of the possibility of a decon peek, but it's RPK on the opposite side. Hey now, he sees him! Oh, Try with the ace! 2 headshots to close versus Champs from 3 frags to 8. A 1v2 with nothing but crisp accuracy to close. Now that gets the camp fired up.
Wow, they need that. That's a heroic play after we talked him up, and I guess this is why everybody has been talking about Try. Those are some fantastic kills. Wow, he posterizes Zywoo as well, the last guy on the round. Beautiful stuff. I was thinking, once that smoke comes up, you know, he's not got a lot of place to move from. He's playing it very confidently to go and fight, and they give him both duels.
And that first flashbang over towards decon door, you could see the effect of it. Zywoo's throwing it, but hold on. Whew. We get aggression. Yeah, they're going to try to punch right back. A slap upside the face to Vitality by way of ace. And now with no control, we've got Bit downstairs here. But by going aggressive inside of the lobby, we have that opening for the T side. Nice little tippity taps from Apex on the FAMAS. Shock simultaneous kill. This round just gets very loose. Because of the push, 9Z tried to get ahead of it, but by doing so, they put distance between themselves. And then it becomes unraveled. Now, Apex, he's going to get the backstab into lobby, you'd assume. They need another 2 versus 4. And as he hears him sprint away, he tries to give quick chase. There it is. Bomb offered over. Eastorp going to have to 1v3 at this point, 40 seconds to spare. And they've got that bomb control strong.
The problem is they're playing gas pedal, and they're not letting off because they're just, you know, some people would slow down after a round like that, say, hey, let's chill, see what they do. But Vitality have literally just run into lobby. Zywoo's just peeked into hut with his AWP. Shocks has pushed a number of times at ramp. None of these are normal to do as often as they are. So really trying to make a statement and like almost get something going emotionally. It's like more fun to play this way, I guess, but this is real strugglesome. Like, for example, if 9Z knew that they were going to go for that much hut or lobby control, they might just send 1 person there to watch from the lobby, call that, and then they can go and trade for outside control for free, and then they could have the round that they want there. But seeing them run into lobby and then get those kills is going to make it even more frustrating, knowing they could have just read this approach, but really just didn't believe Vitality were going to go that aggressive again.
Waiting out a smoke grenade. Frag, just to soften him up ever so slightly. There's a multi-kill potential here for Shock. Sees the first guy cross and then falls back on his own accord. We get Zywoo coming down from heaven, but something a little different. Try to challenge Zywoo. Thinking about playing grenades. Allowing him to walk all the further, but, you know, patience could be key. And try. Oh, maybe he gets the better of this timing.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the clamp down on basically every way out there. Okay, so they started to come back towards lobby, which is interesting. They're making this round very complicated now because they've got an outside lurk. They can also put pressure down on Squeaky, and they can potentially still go downstairs if they'd like to. It feels like it's going to turn into an upper hit. Zywoo almost gets punished on the rotation upwards. Apex watching for this lurk very patiently. Eventually catches a shadow, but Bit is the one to win the duel.
Nice little bit of timing there to go the way of 9Z. 20 seconds to spare. This one's going to get hot. RPK 2 kills. Man inside of the site just working with a pistol, but he's lost track of him. RPK falling to that. Look at the HP on the remaining 3. 5 seconds. This is such a winnable clutch. And nope. Zywoo comes over top and shuts it down.
And that's why players is always going to be more important than HP, because he can throw himself at this duel knowing there's 2 more chances to interrupt the plant if they'd like to, and give him no chance to win. This is a moment they're lucky to get this Apex kill. He had shadow advantage, he was really patient, and he actually did catch the correct timing, but he couldn't win the duel and got kind of out-dueled mechanically. And the one inside of Turnpike, that could have caused Zywoo going up the ladder. That was the one that maybe was most important. Fortunately, didn't work out for 9Z, but an admirable attempt on the round. Almost got through with it after taking lobby or ramp control and not losing a single player.
Kind of hits a couple shots to the hips. Zywoo keeps it loose and climbs fast enough to get away from it, so if only that bomb goes down and the gun comes up, maybe we get a little bit of magic, but this round could also have some in it. Minute 20. Plenty of time. Zywoo peeks wide, off of heaven. Can't quite get himself a 3rd kill, but 2 still good enough. And through the smoke, Masuda screws him over. Maintaining control of the AK to get a crisp headshot on the close. It is a 7-round lead to Vitality's favor. A very clinical CT side, looking good, but there have been moments. There have been moments where it looked like 9Z maybe puncture through, get a bite out of the Frenchman. I mean, it took an ace to get one of their 2 rounds. It's taken a lot out of them individually.
Of all the super underdogs we've seen so far, I'm like the most kind of
Curious with this one.
Well, yeah. It feels like there's the most potential in some of these mid-round situations. Some of their defaults look good. I personally would have gone with that call. It felt quite ambitious to try to do that, but that's a stylistic choice, of course. And hey, it could have worked on a better day, maybe.
But caught playing grenades. Zywoo's still up in heaven, as he has been. Shox is going to flank around here from the lobby. Gets himself a 2nd. Controls the spray for Bit. We've got a little bit of cover here for the bomb planter, but that's all. Cover long enough to get the bomb down. This, like, omnipresence from Zywoo up in heaven. So many rounds, he's been a crucial part of it. Getting those double digits for Vitality. They lead by 8 on the defensive half of Nuke.
Yeah. Well, Simple's the best CT nuke player in the world. Zywoo is probably 2nd in terms of just pure stats overall. And yeah, basically he's got to pick when he's going to be in heaven, when he's going to be watching outside, watching secret on the cross, playing ramp, and reinforcing it with Shox, or roaming some other way. Either way, it just all comes down to his game sense. One of my favorite reasons I love watching the offers on this map is there is a ton of versatility. Lots of options that they can employ. The only reason I would have made that fast call upstairs, it felt ambitious, it didn't really work out, and I was super interested in how well the defaults were working, but I get it. Sometimes you want to go through the tempo change. If you do too many slow rounds, people stop throwing grenades versus you. But now we come down to the last 3 rounds of the half. I'm glad to see them slow it down a bit again, and I would love to see if they could bring it down to a closer mid-round situation like they have in the past.
15 frags for Zywoo and Apex, 14 kills on Shox.
Yeah, fortunately for them, Zywoo's totally on form right now. Oh, 14 and 3. Holy hell. There were some ecos. I remember some eco kills.
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah.
It's the haircut, though.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Speaking of haircuts.
That's a nice duel to win.
Try chops down Zywoo. Smoke grenades go up and over. Masuda's got an answer. That one going down inside the hut.
Oof. Okay. I don't. The only reason I don't like it at this point, 30 seconds left, and if you're not taking lower control, it's going to be quite obvious where you're trying to go.
He's ready for it. Masuda, 2 kills on the scoreboard. Ooh, the tap for the third. And there is still potential for a little bit more. But RPK, he's up in the rafters here. There are layers of defense for Vitality on this A site, and Bit's gonna have to unravel all 5. No time. And despite those 2 kills, which were clean, it's Vitality on fire nonetheless.
After the 40-second mark or so, I think for Vitality, as long as they've got someone like Apex lower or something like that, spotting, not seeing any pressure whatsoever, these upper players are going to be on full alert. I mean, they know they were last seen outside, but no one's fake downstairs or even put some, run a fake or anything like that. So, okay, 2 rounds left and a half. Full utility, which is, I think, the most important part here for 9Z. Some of these rounds end up being a lot longer, but shown to be quite cohesive in certain situations.
Okay, playing a dangerous game. It's Vitality to come out on top in terms of HP, but we do get the walk across towards Secret here for Max.
Some squeaky pressure to take away from this outside cross.
Shox, different angle. We've seen him in a multitude of positions. Apex kind of recalled away from Secret, but while Shox does need help, they need to make sure that Max also doesn't get away with some kind of hard flank. Although I feel like he's been kind of, he's been taught to keep an eye on flank. So many times Vitality don't respect that single position.
I think Max just needs to play it slow here. They've already pulled 2 rotations downstairs. This is the time they want to hit upper.
And RPK on top of Hut can't get himself a kill. It's Bit with the double headshot. Let's see if Vitality can play off a 2-man disadvantage. Zywoo outside could take to heaven. Odds are Shox goes for his flank. And Apex, well, he's got a long route if he wraps around Secret. What is their decision here? Apex, hello! Goodbye. Max splattered.
That was a great round from 9Z, man. They got everything they wanted. They got ramp successfully again. Shox has kept a very clean KD, but he's not always getting the kill when they come ramp. If it came down to 4v5 in that situation with ramp control, it's a different story. CTs can maybe push something, get map control back, but instead, Shox drops immediately to get ramp. They get lower cross because they put that squeaky pressure at the beginning of the rounds. And Max doesn't die when they go for the exec.
That's the big one.
They know it's 4v2 upstairs.
Yep.
So honestly, just a great round from 9Z.
A great round that I think this time again is kind of afforded to them by the lack of pressure by Vitality. We've seen a similar situation where Vitality throw 3 players to go clear out that Max position, but they don't this time for their reasons. And that's what happens when 9Z are allowed to play their game, their execute, with full information, full control.
Yeah, they put the pressure. They controlled the rotation. So last round, couple of upgrades here from the Gleals to the AKs.
The 4th round potential for 9Z on the T side. Listen, it's Nuke, and it's the T side, and it's a very strong opponent ahead of them. Even with this being RPK's final event.
My God, he can really toy with them at this point.
Shox, okay, yeah. DGT kind of gets wind of things. He had that tingling sensation. Someone had eyes on him. Shox had played that spot before. Zywoo's gonna just put some shots through smoke, doesn't connect, and Apex can swing at a moment's notice, but he didn't expect that. Max, from the side of the stairs, now creates space and scrambles the defense ever so slightly. How many players come with him? That's the question. Right now, it's all for one.
It's a brand new round. So both Vitality know they have some time to clear out the hut and stuff like that as 9Z moves slowly in these situations. And 9Z know that they're going to go back and get map control. So trying to approach, it looks like they'll have control of control side, which is huge for them. But Shox in a power position. They've got one on a ramp, a nice crossfire here. And now we're in kind of like a standard duel. They know Masuda's here probably, they know Shox is here probably. How are they going to kill them?
Bit of a standoff. Smoke grenade denies vision. We got 4 CTs and 4 Ts. Everybody just trying to dogpile the bomb site, but the counter-terrorists hold strong. And that looks so easy for Vitality to close a 9-round lead. 12-3 the score. On the map choice of 9Z, they'll take to the defense and try to hold off this offensive from the Frenchman.
Hey guys, welcome to Whose Frag Is That? I'm Rob4 and joining me is Nico. So Nico, how do you reckon you're gonna do? Let's hope that you're as good at guessing frags as you are as sort of making frag highlights. That's the aim, right?
I think like nowadays it's very hard to remember all of them because there's so many games and so many highlights and also like so many like new players coming up as well.
Obviously there's 3 frags this time, so there's 3 points up for grabs on the frag side of it. Any unused clues that you don't use will turn into points as well, so you've got 6 points up for grabs. With that said and done, let's watch the first one.
This is me versus G2.
This is you versus T2. There you go.
Yeah.
You always remember your own frags, right?
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this play. Okay, at least I got one. Let's go.
There you go. A great start, Nico. I don't know why you were so unconfident.
I was in a tough position. I didn't even expect to kill so many guys, and I knew as soon as they started going out that I was out of position, but somehow I managed to kill them.
Let's see if the next frag is going to be as easy to guess as this one.
Let's see. Cash? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, is this JDM?
An older frag. Let's watch it. I will take your final answer.
It's JDM, I think, versus M.
Yeah. You know it. You haven't used the clue yet. I mean, maybe these have been a bit too easy, but the last one is only a 3K, so it might be a bit trickier to guess. But let's play it. Sneaky fake defuse and gets the last kill.
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm trying to guess, or like the playstyle.
You can use 3 clues.
The nationality.
Swedish.
I think I can recognize the playstyle, and I think it's Olof, but let me see, who else could it be? I'll just go with Olof.
It's Olof. I really
Olof,
wanted you to get it correct. Yeah.
When you play with players for so long, you really can see the way he's playing, especially because I looked up at him a lot in many situations.
You had two clues remaining, so we'll add those to points. So that's a total of 5. I think that puts you up the top.
Thank you. I expected harder.
Guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more great content.
It was always going to be a challenge for 9Z in this series. Vitality a step ahead. And despite seeing a flash in the pan from here and there, we had Try kind of spark a flame or two, Launders. An ace down on that B site.
Oh, sick.
That was kind of the sickest moment of this first half, but now it's time for the second. Yeah. And a swift ending could be on the cards if Vitality can take themselves this pistol.
It was closer than it seemed. It was still Vitality. I mean,
through and through.
The better team, yeah. More confident, never shaken or anything like that. But there were a couple of rounds that didn't go the way of 9Z where they still played well, and I think that that's really important. So an impressive 3-12 scoreline, I guess you would say, in a highlight, as you mentioned.
Could have been a 10-5.
Try is 16, by the way, youngest player on the server.
16 years old.
And just aced Vitality, and killed Zywoo last as well, 1v1.
Really all you could hope for. Shocks, well, he lost the bomb for a moment. DGT dead. Apex with 2 headshots. Not bad. Look at this wraparound from outside, dude. 3 guys around hell. And Try, he's just sitting in this corner trying to remain quiet. 2 players go past. He looks to challenge the bomb. Look at this, hands busy. Try, waits, buys time, then dies. Masuda's able to trade it. Now, man advantage and site control here for Vitality. So Try could have gone big, but instead, they're dead. And it's with 10 that Vitality take a lead.
A lot of ways that round could have gone. He's got to make an informed decision, take that shot, help his teammates out who are rotating down. So it makes sense. He goes for the fight, but it also is reasonable that he ends up losing it. Nice fast attack to the lower site and a beautiful...
That's the second kill?
Iverson step back headshot from Apex.
I thought maybe he just got like a quick entry down on ramp or something.
El Capitan.
Climbing El Cap. That's how big of a mountain 9Z do have to climb. Smokes outside. Shocks with the easy cross. But then, Vitality, they're going to play on the opposite side of their wall of smokes and look to challenge. And as they do so, they meet the Scout of Try. Listen, he takes down a big scalp. Zywoo is dead. But this B control still remains contested by Shocks, and the CTs, for the majority, with pistols only, find themselves upstairs.
Let's see if this upper Honnold is any good.
Stretch.
They threw the Dawn wall of smokes outside, crossed him.
But 9Z, I mean, this situation that
Kind of a ropey buy.
hanging on with a finger crimp.
How many people climb in chat, you think?
Probably not many. There's like that one guy that's like, these are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, man. Nice. Yeah. E-Store's going to move forward towards Hut. RPK was sitting back in spawn for the longest of time, and when he finally goes inside,
That's
he
why you
gets
just
caught
rush
out
every
by
round.
timing. Yeah. That's why you just go back to your spawn, man. Sit pretty. Bomb gets thrown down to the floorboards, and now they've just lost their heaven control. That's actually a huge pickup, because Masuda was going to go down, the bomb was thrown to him, and they would have had a post-plant position in heaven, but instead it's Masuda inside of the site, and Apex barely alive, but Masuda with movement is now taken out. And Apex...
Is it backside?
Yes, it is.
Ooh,
but
10 seconds
DGT... Oh, that smoke's going to begin to fade. Apex, he could still find it with like just a second to spare. He's got to look down right here, right now, and it's covered by E-Store. 9Z with the pistol round win. 4 kills for him. The second player for 9Z to hit those double digits. And Vitality, the job's not done yet.
I was about to feel so bad for them. He gets that kill right at the last second. My goodness, what a timing. Well, they survived. This is close. So you have Easter coming out of HUD after being at Squeaky last scene. So
Just thought about it.
you know, yeah, very kind of fluid movement from him. Very aware of the timings there. Good covering his teammates.
Apex can't even be mad.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay.
he turned it into a stretch.
Much.
So-
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, nope.
You have a joke?
After you.
A little bit. Any?
Wasn't a good one. So you saved me.
But I knew it was going to be a joke. Oh, MP9, that's no joke.
No, it's not, and that is why. Continues it, why not? Second servings, perhaps, but he just kind of feeds them towards the real meat grinder of this 3-man CT peak from hell. But Shocks is going to find them with backs turn. Tech 9, absurd. Bit gets hit. And Shocks decides to stick on the other side of smoke. RPK looks to keep them honest in the mini. He could hit him with the Deeg.
This could be the last eagle shot he ever takes.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be. Try with the op shot, getting the better of Shocks. Oh, Zywoo gets DGT. Bomb still out in the open, 30 seconds to spare.
I don't think the CT... Oh, yo.
Zywoo gets his head
They
back
don't
down.
kill him. RPK. Okay, he finally dies.
But you gotta be cautious. No, sir. Max throwing caution to wind. And running out there just to close out the round 5 for 9Z now.
Yeah, super solid so far. Og outside. Watching the cross. All of their guns come into play. Zach sweating a bit. Turn on that AC for Zach.
Masuda didn't get the memo that they could just play from home.
Everyone, yeah, he showed up to the office.
Guys?
It's like Donald Glover walking into the room
Guys?
with a paper bag. No one's there.
And pistols back up from Team Vitality. So sure, they won the pistol round, but we got 9Z looking to rack up some cash, trying to stay stable.
It was great that we got the camera angle for that. Perfect.
Tries like, what the hell? Off into Zywoo. He's going to continue to pop off those shots. Easter, clean. Clean, man. I feel like there definitely could have been 1 or 2 more deaths there. Try could have gotten swarmed out by
For sure.
that CT spawn, and, well, you saw that last kill for yourself. So
Swarmed them like flies. Another buy round.
Like gnats.
What's the difference?
Gnats are those little tiny ones.
Yeah.
You know, you never see them coming. You're enjoying a nice summer walk, and then all of a sudden you got bugs in your eyes.
Oh, okay, those are gnats.
Gnats.
Gotcha. You're kind of like David Attenborough. Full rifle. Time for 9Z to get focused. If they win this round, it's going to change the whole conversation.
Flashes over top. We got tons of smoke outside. Shock's just a little uncertain as to where these CTs could be.
I think, yeah, it's just here to seems to feel like they're out in these close positions, and they made it a very complicated position outside with all these different smokes. But of course, just left Shocks. But 9Z don't have any info outside. No one watching over top of the smokes outside. No one to know if they crossed. So I think if I were 9Z, I'd be a bit more scared here, and ramp gets opened up as well. Could be one of the final straws. You got to be careful. And now they need to make an emergency rotation. This is already a losing position for 9Z.
Let's try can go massive. First op shot connects from him. Molotov goes beyond, and a close quarter shot. Oh, imagine. But RPK could still get taken down. He's 14 HP as the AK connects some damage. And a man advantage to the favor of the defense. They give Vitality a little bit of space to work. Smoke towards Heisenberg. And that one was ambitious. Apex tries to walk in. Leaves RPK to clutch low HP. Now there's nobody to stop this bomb plant, but he goes for the fake once more. And the two remaining players over on the opposite door. He's watching where no one holds. They're posted on this position. He could just walk away, but he goes out. Oh, 1v1.
Oh, he might know.
He's cut it down. All he needs is another crisp kill, and RPK so close, but a 7th for 9Z instead.
Could have been the last clutch that he ever tries to pull off. That was night. Okay, so my mistake. I didn't see try down there already. Ready and control stairs. Just misread the mini-map. Great shot from him, and a second as they tried to take over control side. So they're in time. His team was not playing with a lot of info, so they kind of had to make a blind guess. They didn't have anyone fighting in secret. They didn't have anybody watching outside cross. They're really playing, I think, you know, 2 upper, and then the ramp guy died. So it got very scary, but Try bailed him out. Testy situation in the 1v2. RPK didn't have enough HP to win that without an instant first bullet headshot on the second. So there it is. 4 rounds in a row on the CT side here for 9Z, and they're making a respectable scoreline out of the game already.
Most certainly. Team Vitality still in without the weaponry. It's got to be a nervous situation for 9Z as the rounds begin to collect. Pistols push past. Spray's good. Bit gets 2. Masuda up close. Rec 9. Drive-by. And an M4 upgrade. Still an edge for 9Z, of course, but they do send 2 players down ramp, leaving their A defense to commit behind vent. I feel like Masuda's thinking about bringing that bomb back up vent, and they're just going to try to push into the A side. So this vent play from Easter's big. And he gets Zywoo first and foremost. Shocks hits him with the headshot, no frag, but that M4 picked up by Masuda. Oh, it's good. It cuts it down to the 1v2. He still has time to play.
Yeah, the ramp guy's going upstairs as well. There was a chance to actually cross for the plant in this moment, but it looks like he's trying to fake it. 40 seconds, and I guess he's just going to try to see if he can find a 1v1 before planning, but I don't think control window is broken it, unless the CT's popped it out. No, yeah, so
he's cut off. But that counter-terrorist not really holding the line, so if he's given a chance down on the bomb site, he could definitely find a plant here. CT comes back for the peek, but doesn't fully commit, and that gives Masuda a chance to leave. He's got his M4 up, and he opened the door to sell the fake. He sold that fake as if he went back to control. We are looking at the potential for an ace and a 1v4 at that. Vitality almost off of the back of Masuda with a 14th round, but no, sir. DGT calls him out, swings wide with the USP at an 8th. An 8th for the South Americans.
yeah, definitely. Could have got out of hand. That was a good try from Masuda. Really well played with the control room bait, but they didn't have anything to lose by clearing that out first and then going to control side. So this is nice, especially see the coverage from up top. A great camera angle there to show that control was being watched while he clears out dark. And then the only opening was the control room window. But smartly played in the 2v1. I thought too much respect was being given there, but at the same time, if he died and made it a 1v1 on a fake plant, he would have felt extremely stupid. So well done from 9Z. Attack timeout called, and we'll try to make this game even closer. It's already becoming very real. You have a situation where a number of CT rounds are being won. You know, Vitality, certainly the frustration is going to start setting in soon, and they look fully competent. I think obviously Vitality have a lot more to show on their T side. It just depends if they're feeling it today.
Continuing to trail by 5.
Try is definitely impressing.
But those 5 rounds are exactly what got 9Z on fire to begin with. Try looking good. Bits impressed me. eStore's had his moments. Sometimes with these lesser teams, you know, you look to that one star who's supposed to take over games, but uh-oh, mistakes potentially being made. He thought he could get across, but he's caught instead. And now they're going to be tested, but already starting to recover somewhat.
Yeah, here's actually a great refrag. You know, RPK sitting. He's going to be sitting there holding Squeaky, trying to apply pressure, being a real nuisance.
And Try pushes in.
Oh my God, look at that inside of Squeaky, looking for another kill. My God. They'll refresh his spot to cover this AWP, and they can also push again if they'd like to, but look at this. They push ramp at the same time. However, they lose players in the process. As this round distills, the CTs are not letting up on control, but they are losing players going for it.
But if Masuda continues to come back, Apex thinking maybe they push through Hut, and there was like that little moment for it.
Obviously, lower is the best play here, but they don't know anything about DGT and what he's done at ramp.
And they're giving time to Shocks. I feel like that's the play here for Vitality, giving time to Shocks, letting him wrap around potentially either to Heaven or towards ramp, but ramp would take a while.
This is interesting. I mean, they
Apex.
are waiting long enough.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're going to try to split upstairs, which will get them caught, right?
You'd think, right? They're going to have to cross this line from DGT.
Oh, Jesus.
And he goes back. He had the play. Mo, he had the play, but maybe it's Max to dig it out of the ground. He sees the man above, and Shocks will end him. The play was there when they watched that round back.
Okay, I will say there was enough time that he was worried about the correct thing, that Shocks could flank him.
100%.
And Shocks went Heaven, and so he was very nervous about that flank coming in. The timing made a lot of sense there, but that moment of hesitation is unfortunately what got him killed. DGC thinking about what the next idea would be.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. Tough one to stomach that.
Know how much that hurts.
Yeah. That's one of those moments where like chat's like bot, but it's literally a timing he actually has to worry about.
I mean, we were just as anxious to see whether Shocks was going to go the full long wraparound or, you know, go towards Heaven. And he at least went into the ramp room. It was at that point he turned back.
Yeah, if you force people to gamble, then they'll make mistakes. And that's obviously the fundamental reason why you're going to have an advantage when you have an extra player.
True. So
it's a complicated position to be in.
The tail of this second half was promise from 9Z. But obviously off of the back of a very lopsided first 15. And now we're going to remember that round. It's the second T-side win for Vitality. It could have gone the other way, maybe, but DGT with damage almost gets an early 5v4. Instead, Apex dives back. And now it's off of the back of that round that things could really snowball. You see the economy here for 9Z. Everything's on the line. 2 pistols in the mix. Thomas as well. Utility near non-existent. They've got a couple of smoke grenades and 2 flashes left to work with. So Vitality just going to let this wait and stew. And you'd think they'll just dig in, feast upon the defense when the time comes at their choosing. Wall of smokes outside and Shocks on the forefront. Tries on the receiving end of this outer play. We've got movement inside of the A site. They would have heard Max fall off of Hut, but Try does kill Shocks, and look at this close corner. Bit, oh! He gets gets taken out by RPK with 2 HP the difference. Damage done to the ramp push. But RPK and Apex are barely alive.
They know ramp. I think they know it's the same 2 players, I believe.
Max is ready. He hears this
They're going
push.
vent, right? Yeah.
Yep, but look, it gets cut off. Bomb drops.
goes.
And Apex, oh, he gets the better of him. Position deep inside of Squeaky. ZywOo can double back to the A site, and Vitality should have a decent enough post plant. When you just look at the HP bar of ZywOo to compare versus DGT.
Yeah, they also know he's the ramp rotator. Unfortunately, odds are very slim. And as you mentioned, HP, so it'll be a Hail Mary. Maybe someone turns around for him this time.
He's gonna have to clear. Oh, Apex!
Nice shot.
Through the side of the floorboards with the headshot to end it. 3 kills for Apex, and the most crucial of which is catching Max on that A floor trying to give chase. He heard one player drop vent, he caught the second guy, and just didn't think there'd still be that deep, squeaky commit. There was so much time outdoors that Apex could have already gone down secret. There was a world of options there, but instead it's Apex's aim and patience that pays off. 7 map points for Vitality.
He could have afforded to play it a bit slower because I think he knew one other person dropped as well, which meant it wasn't going to be safe to look down those vents anyways. But, you know, easy to say from the outside. Once again, it's a very scary spot to be in. You feel like, oh, shoot, my chance is leaving if I let this kill go.
Ooh.
Try opens up with a deagle outside.
Why not? Let's see if they've got any more in store.
Ooh, a very nice Immortals 2017 holo.
Okay. Zipple lends you a couple of skins, and now you're a master?
I bought those myself. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
I'm an investor.
Stonks. Diamond hands. Right now, it's 9Z trying to punch back. Or will they crack under the pressure of this 24th round? Damage versus Shocks, and Apex taken out of it early. Deep smoke grenade coming out of Vitality. They're still looking to play outside. Try.
Yo, not bad. He's still scoring over 100 ADR, I think, on this match.
Look at this, man. He's going to go back for more. He wants to feast. And he sees nothing.
He knows he's going to take this angle at the door, right?
But they're out there, Launders. They're out there. They're in the wilderness, and they're not safe. Try's got himself a 4th, and it's so close to the ace, but even without it, he has done such a good job of single-handedly priming his team to close out this round and keep the game going. RPK can't manage, not with 3 ahead. This is all Try in the 24th round.
It's a human highlight reel. And I am here for all of it. And I mean, okay, it's just spamming because he gets robbed, I think, by this window at the end. Gets this other kill, but those first 2 are amazing. Hype him up. Zach's such a great guy. Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't.
He's actually such a cool, down-to-earth guy.
Good to know.
Good person to have as a coach.
Celebrate the good people. Ooh, Bit's position called out by the Molly.
There's a gap, yeah, but
Yeah, see some feet.
free feet.
Always charge. That's what Prius taught me.
It's one gap. Should take his own advice.
We've got 4 men downstairs for Vitality. RPK will be left as the outer anchor. But this ship silently cuts through the night and then suddenly bursts beyond.
Oof. Ramp support's a...
DGT hears the door swing.
Okay, ramp support is here.
Oh, he's getting tagged up through the floorboards. Oh, he's not comfortable whatsoever. And he only gets himself 1 kill because ZywOo opens up and takes a man off ramp. But then that counter-terrorist comes pushing through. Bit his feet forced forward successfully. And he now has 2 teammates still behind him. They've got a smoke, a couple flashes to try and burst outwards. But remember, RPK, he's been waiting all this while. Masuda's going to lock himself into the dark corner. This could be the end of Nuke. A 3v3 retake needed. And Masuda's looking for kills. He'll get himself at least the first and closes with the headshot. Vitality survived the challenge, but that's exactly what this was. A genuine challenge from 9Z across some of those first 15, and then a stellar CT side. There were moments of glory for our challengers in this series, but they're going to have to do it on map 2 or they face elimination.
Well, I'm super excited for